Hello, friends and comrades, and we are here in Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. We're gonna do a playthrough of this. Now, you might be thinking, wow, that resolution, how'd you get that? Because by default, this does not go up to 1080p. And while my monitor can actually do 2K, I got a mod that rose it up to 1080. I set OBS to record at 1080, so that's what we're gonna do for this playthrough. Let's select Revan. This episode, we're just going to build a character. I'm going to go through my reasoning on why I'm going to build it a certain way, and go over a little bit of game mechanics. And then we'll play the Endar Spire, and that's it. So, the most popular is to go Soldier, I think. Like, if you look at build advice online, people say, like, go Soldier. You get more feats, you get crap all for skills, but you can get a party member to do all that stuff, so it's okay. Get like mission with you or something, but you're gonna have the highest health. You're gonna have you're gonna be fantastic. You're gonna be Captain Fantastic, in fact, and that's not bad advice. I'm actually gonna go with Scoundrel. Scoundrel's probably the least popular, but I think it has a lot of crazy high DPS potential. Scout is also not bad. You do get this cool class skill. Let's just... Oh my god, can I... What if I make a quick character? No, it'll also do the feats for me. Dang it. Okay, we're not going to look at the Scout. Scout also gets a class skill that, like, at level 4 is a good place to stop leveling it up and go on to Jedi. If you're not familiar, you have a starting class. Of course, this is Star Wars. You are eventually going to become a Jedi, even though you're too old for the Jedi training. It's fine. There's a reason for it. Your starting class can get up to, I think, max level 8. Possibly 9 if you know some ways to like really squeeze out some extra experience. But 8, I think, is about the level range you would expect if you just played it casually. However, you can also stop leveling up your character and save those levels for Jedi. Now, if you play as a soldier or a scout, optimally, you would want to get up to level 4. And that's just because that's when a scout gets like a nice little class feat bonus. Which I think the next one he doesn't get till level 8 or 7, but definitely worth getting up to level 4. Get a lot of extra skills that way. Soldier, just because you're going to get a few extra feats. Even if you go into a Jedi Guardian, which is basically the Soldier Jedi class, there's 2 levels at the higher range, like 17 and 19, I think, that do not get feats. So if you want a perfect number of feats, you need to get up to level 4 with this guy. Anything higher than that is just going to be kind of a waste, in my opinion. But he's going to be good at level 4. Level 4, almost as good. He's going to have more skills, possibly 1 less attack bonus, but that's fine. That's not going to hurt you too much. This is also going to get a slower attack bonus build up, but we're going to eventually be a Guardian after this. Let's get into the details. Now, I have nothing against a Femme Revan. I love playing myself a little Femme Revan, but we're going to do male Revan. We're going to go, actually, we're going to do the canon Revan. Now, all these faces are great. I've used most of them at some point, but this is the one I used the first time I played, and it happens to be the one that Star Wars The Old Republic MMO more or less chose as a canon face. So we're going to go with that. Okay, now for people who like to optimize their characters, higher DPS. Should you go Dexterity? Should you go Strength? No, you should go Strength. If you're caring about DPS, you should go Strength. Defense, Dexterity, but like in this game, the things that you would want that extra defense against are probably going to be able to bypass a max defense anyway. And you're just going to be doing slower damage, so no point. There's no point. Should I go Charisma or Wisdom? My skill points later on as a Guardian are going to be absolute crap, but we're going to try and like use our early levels to just boost as much as we can. Charisma versus Wisdom. Charisma is much better in KotOR 2 than it is in KotOR 1. In this case, it's mainly for like decreasing the penalty of losing alignment force powers. I'm actually just going to go with Wisdom here. It'll help my force defense a tiny bit. There we go. Alright. So, max strength to max DPS. For skills, this is the only class that has a persuade class skill, so that's what I like to start with. Start with some points in stealth. This is actually not going to be necessary, because to get the sneak attack bonus, there's two ways to get it. You can either attack from stealth, which you can only do at the beginning of combat, because you can't re-stealth after. Or you can debilitate your opponents with a stun. And so dark side, that means like insanity, or I don't remember if choke counts. Force whirlwind definitely counts, and on the light side, like force stun definitely counts. So if you can incapacitate them, you can get your sneak attacks anyway. So you know what? Let's just not put any points into this. Or should I? I don't know. Let's put 2. And then we can do like a bit of demolitions and a bit of security. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that's good. That sounds good. Okay, we get some feats to start off. So the second thing, when we talk about optimization, there's 2 major things. So stealth versus strength is more or less kind of settled. If you want more damage, you go strength. If you want more defense, you go dexterity. Which one is better for this game? I lean towards strength. Get a good alpha hit. Make your combats like last less time, you know. Just better to go strength. In KotOR 2, it's a little more muddied, because you can get the weapon finesse bonuses, and you know, there are better things you can do with dexterity, but ultimately I still think strength comes out on top in KotOR 2. But you know, there's definitely a better argument for dexterity in that one. So the other big thing though, 2-weapon fighting or dueling. Dueling is really only worthwhile if you're a class that expects to have a lower base attack bonus at the end of the game. So if you're going from, say, Scout to Consular, or maybe even Soldier to Consular, I would say it's possibly worth considering dueling. If you're going to be more force attack heavy, just go with this, mainly for its defensive bonuses. If you want damage, though, 2-weapon fighting is always better, and the usual go-to advice that you get online is that Flurry is the highest damage. Flurry definitely has the highest damage potential. You put that with a 2-bladed lightsaber, so not 2 single lightsabers, but a double-bladed lightsaber. And the reason for the double-bladed is because you can get all of your best force crystals in one weapon, and it affects both blades. So you don't have to like get subpar crystals in your offhand. Just ekes out a little tiny bit more damage that way, and that's the best way to go. However, there are some exceptions, and that exception is for our build. We're going to do 2-weapon fighting. We're going to go with 2 single-bladed, and we're going to be using Critical Strike. Now, if we compare Critical Strike to Power Attack and Flurry, Flurry, it has the highest damage potential because it adds a whole extra attack. And the penalty is just, like, by the time you get to Master Flurry, just -1 to attack. So it's piddly, you know, it's by the end game, that's nothing. You're going to get a whole extra attack, and, like, hypothetically, if all your attacks crit, if all your attacks do, like, really high damage rolls, you're going to get a gigantic burst of damage on this. But if we're talking about averages, if you have a high attack bonus, if you go from Soldier to Guardian, for example, Power Attack can actually do more damage than Flurry. And it's just because you're getting this very reliable +5, actually, well, I guess by this point it's +10, a very reliable +10 for a -3 penalty to hit. So if you have a very high base attack bonus, this isn't so bad. If you're a Consular, this might actually cause you to whiff a little more often than you'd like. It'll be noticeable, kind of, even if just barely, it will be noticeable. But the damage bonus is very reliable, it's very nice, and you're not counting on, like, crits to do most of your damage. Critical Strike, however, I think does the greatest amount of average damage if, and only if, you start as a Scoundrel. we're going to be adding sneak attack dice on top of all of our damage. Now, sneak attack cannot be critical. It cannot double or triple with a critical hit. So that's unfortunate, but we can crit with a leap attack, the Guardian leap bonus. That can crit. So we're going to basically be doing that. If you're starting out of combat, your first jumping attack will always do a sneak attack as well. So we're going to be using that to our advantage. If we can stun our enemies, we're also going to be getting sneak attack bonuses plus all of this critical. It's going to be beautiful. And I think, you know, it has a slightly lower damage potential than Flurry, but if you average it out, this is actually going to be the highest average bit damage in the game. And that's what we're going to go for. We're going to go for like the best sustainable DPS, the best expected average DPS in the game. So we're going to go through this line. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's, you know, it's different from your average, like your usual, I guess your popular run in and cut things up as a Jedi. So we're going to start off with a 2-weapon fighting. We're not going to start off with 2 weapons though, mainly because the bonus, like the bonus you get off of this penalty is not enough just yet to justify using it. I usually wait until I get the second one before I start actually using it. Okay, Talnar Drow, Jamar Lansil, Kalon Organ, Jerk Fast. That's the Cran Organa, Jacob Tana. Alright, okay, let's get a nice random name. That almost looks like a Wookiee name. Pitch Organa. That's cool. Hazar Organa. Sure, why not? I don't actually care what his name is. We're all going to be Revan in the end. Sorry if that's a spoiler, but this is such an old game. If that's a spoiler, then you need to get with the times. I'm not going to read the text crawl to you. We're going to treat this like a movie theater. Strictly. We even start with a Republic ship being attacked by Sith. Now, of course, it's repetition with a difference, as Deleuze would say. Mad props to Deleuze. You know, the story is effectively like the same, but instead of having one big Star Destroyer attacking it and tractor beaming it and whatnot, we have all the fighter action in the background. It's a very excited, frenetic scene. I like it. We're in our pajamas. We don't even have a blanket. That's pretty sad. Like, pretty Spartan conditions we're working under. Good pajamas, though. I like those pajamas. I want pajamas like that. Someone hook me up.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Endar Spire? That's the dumbest. That's the dumbest line.
The Endar Spire is the ship we're stationed on. This ship. You probably don't even know who I am, do you? I'm Traz Logo, ensign with the Republic Fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Forget it! I'm looking after my own skin.
You swore an oath to protect Bastila when you signed up with this mission, just like everyone else in the crew. Now it's time to make good on that oath.
Damn it, that oath.
She may not have an official rank in the fleet, but she's the one in charge of this mission, and it's our duty to protect her. I know all about your reputation, how you used to smuggle spice and blasters along the Corellian run. I guess the Republic figured since they couldn't catch you, they might as well hire you. I'll admit, the Republic is in desperate need of someone with your kind of skills. Desperate enough to overlook your shady past. But now that you signed on for this mission, you're part of the Republic fleet. And Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
You know, it's not something I really paid attention to the first time I ever played this, but this is actually a lot of talking for an emergency situation. Well, I forgot I signed an oath, so I swore an oath. Damn oath. Okay, let's go help
Hurry up
Bastila.
and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Okay. Like, I need you to tell me that. I should have been getting dressed the whole time you were talking, really. Alright. I like my guy's space mullet. Very, very good. I don't want to fight them in my PJs. Let's get dressed. Dressed proper. And, okay. Oh, stealth field generator. There we go. Haha.
Okay,
Okay, thank you for... I'm gonna skip most of his dialogue because it's mostly just tutorial stuff. So, we don't need that. Just tab to switch your character and open the door. Thank you. Yes. Hello, KotOR.
On our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge.
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Let's move out. Moving out. Do a little sword flourish. Unlock this door. There we go. I remember first playing this game, being very impressed with how shiny the Sith armor is.
Sith must be the advanced boarding party.
It's like, oh, so shiny, so shiny, so... yes, okay, yes, thank you. No, stop it. Stop telling me things. No, get all of these things out. Oh my god. Tutorials are so annoying. I'll explain a little bit more about my character build when we level up halfway through the Endar Spire. And I'll explain a little more why I would go Critical Strike and what you can do about that -5 defense penalty. Because it's actually nothing, it's not a big deal. Even though it's the biggest penalty of all the attack skills, there's a good reason why we don't have to care about it. Yeah, shiny armor. This game looked so good when it first came out. It still looks pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if you get a mod to kind of convert everything. Even the cinematics, because the cinematics are like 800 by 600 or whatever that resolution was, that super old CRT resolution. I'll put a link in the description below to a video that guided me to modding it, if you are interested in playing it. Yeah, that's a really good cutscene because it shows you that grenades are a decent way to take care of clumped up enemies, and it also shows you that they do friendly fire. So here we have 3 frag grenades. We can throw one, kill that, kill all 3 of them. There you go. See, very effective little cinematic there. Little cutscene. Wasn't really a cinematic, was it? I often use those 2 words incorrectly, interchangeably. Their armor is such crap if they can get killed by these friggin' simple swords. No, don't heal yourself. I am really... There we go. I think Trask did all the work there. Kinda sucked it up. Alright, let's get this parts pile.
a dark Jedi. This fight is too much for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way.
Nice armor, buddy. It's a lost opportunity that you can never get armor like that in this game.
That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
Could have, but she's just some no-name Jedi. In the Old Republic, Jedi were like not a dime a dozen. They're not that popular, not that common. But I don't know, maybe like $5 each, a tenner each, you know. Combat animations are like so good for the time that they were made. Bioware really did something cool here. And they really carried it into like Dragon Age and Jade Empire and all that stuff. Jade Empire is so funny because Jade Empire is like, the plot is exactly the same as this game. It's kind of embarrassing that they basically just made the same game, converted it into a, you know, Chinese myth fantasy adventure. Alright, now this is the only level up the game forces us to do, so we're gonna get that done. And we'll talk a little bit more about Critical Strike. And this involves a little bit about... this will involve some knowledge of the game mechanics. So, Critical Strike, across all of its levels, you get these gigantic threat ranges, but you always get a -5 defense when it's used. And that, well, with melee weapons only, so that's, oh no, sorry, it only works. You get a -5 defense across the board. Now, partially, that's going to be cancelled out by our, not sneak attack, by Scoundrel's Luck, which gives us a +2 defense, and then later on it's going to give us up to +6 defense, but we are only going to get it up to here, so +4. That's equivalent of basically having like +8 dexterity points, which is amazing. That's like one of the best class feats ever. It's going to make us kind of make up for a lot of our defensive lacking when we go all in on strength, you know? That's going to partially contain that defense penalty. However, if you know about the mechanics of this game, it's not told to you explicitly anywhere around here, as far as I know, but people who have broken it down code by code, you know, getting all those threads pulled apart, have discovered that defense works in categories. So there's like your armor, and then there's a category called Feats and Effects. And this goes into that category, Feats and Effects. Now, Feats and Effects is interesting because it caps out at +10. And anything in excess of +10 is wasted. So what's in this category? Penalties from grenades. So if you get hit by like a, I don't know, sonic grenade or concussion grenade, one of those two will give you a penalty to your defense. The armor value of Jedi robes, but not of other armor, counts in this category. So when we get the Ulic Kaldroma robes on light side or the Starforge robes on either side, that's a +5. The light side force powers are the big source of this. You also get bonuses from the, not Jedi Sense, but the Valor chain, from the armor chain. All of those count in this category. In this game, on light side, it's easiest to cap this, but we can get this up to +15. And of course, that last +5 is cancelled out anyway. And this can cancel us out, bringing it to a perfect 10. So if we can get our defenses in that category to +15, we can use this with impunity. We'll still take penalties from, you know, dark side powers like Plague or certain grenades, but not going to be too worried about those. We're going to have some pretty robust defenses, being a Jedi Guardian later. So this is going to be pretty good. So this whole penalty, we can basically just brush it off. If we can get our defenses high enough through Feats and Effects, we don't have to worry about it at all. Let's get implants. Implants are very nice later in the game, anyway. Not so much early game. But anyway, that's going to be the design direction we go in. We're going to do a critical strike Scoundrel into Jumpy Guardian.
Something behind here.
And as we go through, I'll also talk about what I think are the optimal builds for each of the companion characters as well. We'll do Karth probably next episode. Like when he gets his first level up, I'll talk about the direction I want him to go in. Yes, we can target different things. We can use stims. Do I not have any? Oh, I do have metapacks, but I'm full health. Never mind. Okay, let's
This is Karth Onasi
Let's
on your
go,
personal
Karth.
communicator.
Do people
I'm
like
tracking your
Karth?
position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods. But be careful. There's a Sith patrol just down the corridor. Use your stealth skill to sneak past him.
Okay. G is the hotkey for stealth. I probably don't have a high enough stealth skill to get all the way up to that guy, though. The first attack I get coming out of stealth should have a sneak attack bonus. That probably had a nice little bonus on it right there. It must have, because I'm... Yeah, 4, 9. Nice. It would only be, like, my bonus would only be between 1 and 6, so it's not going to be anything gigantic. But it will climb. I think by the time we get to... We're going to go all the way to level 7 with this character. I said the optimal for Soldier and Scout is 4. And then you'll get the most out of your Jedi levels. For this build, though, we're going to go all the way up to 7. And that's going to be so that we can get more out of our sneak attack. And so that we can get that second level of Scoundrel's Luck.
On the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram them, or...
Yeah, a little more tutorial stuff. I don't know if people like Karth. I personally don't really like him as a character. As a companion, he's amazing on Terrace, and then as soon as you get to Dantooine, he kind of just drops off. I'll talk more about that next episode, but... Just wreck everyone in this room. Yeah, I'm actually re-recording this, by the way, because the first time I recorded this, OBS just kind of flipped its crap, and I got all these freeze frames, so I was talking about things that were no longer on the screen. It's like, what the hell? Or were never on the screen. So we're going to re-record this. I think I've got the issue fixed, and I'm going to change this to a prototype vibroblade. There we go. Which is awesome, and we can upgrade it. That's the only thing. I'm not going to dual wield just yet, because
you've made it just in time.
The penalty is too
Only
big.
one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
Yeah, good idea. How do I know I can trust you?
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you.
Oh, okay.
We're the last 2 crew members left in the Endar Spire. Basila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on, there'll be time for questions later.
Very nice and short, punchy tutorial section of the game. Really amps up the tension. Okay. Sorry about that. My game flipped out during that cinematic transition. So we missed it. We got this one though. You didn't miss too much. Alrighty. Now we're on Terrace. Terrace is... It's a bit of a slog, to be honest.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
Karth on one on the communicator. Yeah, I remember.
Slipping in and out of consciousness.
Shit, I remember.
Now, so I imagine you're pretty confused.
Let's do this.
Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site.
I'm gonna lower the music volume, I think.
Stumbled into
Next
this
episode.
apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
Guess I owe you my life, thanks.
You don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Why is it so important to find Bastila?
Smack to your head did more
Bastila.
damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
Imagine having your war effort so, like, linchpinned on one person. That's so precarious. It's so fragile. You need to think more like anarchists. How can one person, even a Jedi, be so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
Alright, what do we do next?
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice. A luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So, if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
Alright, any idea where we should start looking?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There
Love
are
scouting.
reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
Sooner we start looking for Bastila, the sooner we find her. Let's go.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Yeah, they can force lobotomize you. That should definitely be a force power in one of these games. Force lobotomy. That's disgusting. Okay, we're gonna upgrade our little vibroblade to make it vibrate. We turn it on. And then penetrate enemies. There we go. Sweet. Now, I'm gonna cut the episode after this next little conflict. You'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about. This jerk.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a raid. That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouthed aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens. They're Republic fugitives. Attack!
Okay, let's go for the droid first. I like how this asshole is just like, humans who are not being racist to aliens? You must be Republic. There we go, and that's enough for another level up. Indeed. I'm just glad I can help. Okay, you're gonna hide the bodies, that's good. I mean, super suspicious, but I'm okay with it. Okay, we're gonna do this level up. We don't really get much out of this level up, though. Just some skills. We are a regular skilligan. That's us. Sneak attack 2. There we go. That's going to help our damage quite a lot. If, and only if, we can actually incapacitate some enemies, though. Do I have anything else worth using? Now, Karth doesn't have any great options just yet. Okay.
What?
Hopefully next time Karth will level up and I can go through how I'm going to build him. We'll continue this next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Red Zed, and this is Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, a classic. And I'm playing this mainly because I know it's going to be remade next year, and, you know, those idiots on the far right, they're just worried that this game's going to get SJW'd, whatever that means. We can talk about that in future episodes. Next episode or future episodes, I don't know which. As it comes up, I guess. Because I'm not really sure what they would do. But anyway, if you like KotOR, like and subscribe for more. Tell your local Star Wars fans about me, and we'll grow this together. Thank you so much, friends and comrades. Be seeing ya.